Morning, morning, morning. That is truly a beautiful sound. And I remember watching the old cartoons, like with Snow White and Cinderella, and all of those that have the birds chirping in the morning, and it's so lovely and beautiful. I finally get that. 30 plus years later, but I finally get the beauty in waking up and hearing that. And I also wanted to share the joy of the experience. The experience that I felt. And I've shared it with one person, and it has stuck with me ever since. And I want to thank you. Thank you for letting me experience that. Now, I have mentioned in many prayers about our sanctuary and about how it will be. It is already ours. The visions of being inside and moving around. But it got taken up another notch. As I was visualizing the setup of the place, the interactions that I would have, and these are very, very crystal clear pictures that I'm talking about. The placement of the furniture, the colors, types of pictures, all of this is coming to me day and day. And as I was thinking, I was taken back to my younger days, my youth of growing up and having a grandparent, and what it meant to go to your grandparents' house. It had a feel. It had a different atmosphere from the moment you pulled into the yard, from the moment you're going inside of the house, and upon leaving. And I got that type of feeling from this house. I felt that our house should have that same type of love. That same type of joy should be running through from top to bottom. And I saw myself not just being a father, but cooking in the kitchen, baking, having the kids involved, taste testing, helping them to feel more involved, to feel special, to cherish all of those times that I remember from my youth, the things that I had to experience, got the opportunity to have a great grandmother, a grandfather, and a grandmother. And that is something that a lot of these kids today will not grow up with, will not know the knowledge and the type of grandparents that are now are way different from what we had back then. But you can still have an old soul. So, as I'm picturing myself inside of our home, and I just felt so overwhelmed, but not in a bad way, but in a joyous feeling, because it reminded me, those thoughts took me back to days of with my grandmother and grandfather, of me helping them go back to our garden to get simple things like cucumbers. And he was in a wheelchair, and because he had one leg amputated. But those was glorious times. Favorite dinners that grandma could cook, running into grandpa to get away from trouble. Just that whole home type energy. Filled with love, even though maybe little bickers here and there, but it was just that love, that family orientated feeling. And as I saw myself in this new home, mimicking those things, but adding my own flair to it, the presence of both my grandmother and my grandfather was felt to me as I was driving. I felt as if they were literally hugging me as I was driving, further reassuring me that this is real. This is what I've been working hard for. This is what I have been praising for. This is what I have been turning my life around for. And it is going to happen. And they are more than happy to watch their grands grow up. They are more than happy because I honestly feel that it was my grandfather. It was my grandfather the one that set me down, made me do right. Well, I can't say made me do right, but gave me the opportunity to do the right thing. But that I can say is the second time that I've felt something. The first time I was afraid. The first time was full of nothing but fear that I did not want to go back to sleep. The feeling, it truly shook me to the core. I didn't know what it was. My body did not feel my own. It wasn't a heart attack. It wasn't a stroke. It wasn't a seizure. I just felt this weird presence. And if I were to continue to go to sleep or lay down, I feared for the worst. But this time, with all of my praying and further understanding and devotion, I welcomed this feeling. I welcomed it with both open arms. And I can't wait to feel the presence and that joyous feeling from many others. I'm not sure what task may need to be done. You will guide me. You will point me in that right direction. I am more than confident in that. But that experience has truly left its mark. I visualize both of them just there, hugging me, holding me, reassuring that all of this work is paying off, that it is appreciated. And even though the time period isn't the longest in the world, the amount of faith, the amount of determination is for years. It's a year's worth or more. And you might wonder how that could even be possible. But I've mentioned it before. From the first, I decided to give. I decided to accept. And it's just left foot, right foot. Left foot, right foot. And now I'm running and taking off. It's amazing. I look forward to more experiences like that. Like, I really was back in the 80s. And I saw myself doing those same type of things whenever the kids are in my house. Showing them a prouder, more caring, supportive, and that's what you've been doing for me. You have been caring, you have been supporting, even though a little forceful.
Wubba lubba dub dub!
The message got across. The message got across. And I hope others can experience this type of feeling as well. It has gotten hard. It has been hard for a very long time. But I'm not stopping. I'm not quitting. And they shouldn't either. If I could just touch them and have them experience the feeling. If my words, when I speak to them, they can see it as if I'm playing a video right in front of their eyes. They can feel what I felt. Understand just how easy it could be. And also that nothing comes easy. Nothing is given automatically. Nothing is wasted. We don't have a lot of time. We don't have a lot of time. None of us know. But we do know to use that time that we have to be better, to be more productive, to stop with the hurting, the self-hate, being able to move forward, to take all of the good that came from all of these experiences that we've had. I really used to appreciate those types of things. Going home and make sure I saw my grandparents. But as time went along, those went away. Those moments, those type of parents went away. And that feeling of wanting to be in that environment. But that has woken me up. That experience that I had showed me of this is how I've become the person that I am. That was instilled with me at that young age is still there. No matter how society has changed, the wording, the looks of things, that desire, that feeling, that sense of family and love is still here. And I want to share that. And I'm going to carry that on. And I'm going to instill that in my children as well. When they think of our home, that is what's going to come to mind. Those type of events, activities, and they will be passed on to them and their children and their children's children. Thank you. Thank you for letting me enjoy that moment that I haven't had in so many years. That loving feeling of grandparents. And I thank you for listening to my prayers, taking these strolls with me in the morning. Thank you for all that you're doing. You will always be in my prayers and blessings, and happy that you're healed. Amen.